Welcome back to Ravens Today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda, giving you all the latest updates on anything and all things Ravens. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's dive into the latest news I have for you today. So, The Athletic came out and finally, long overdue, put Lamar Jackson in the Tier 1 category for quarterbacks. This category consists of Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson. This is long overdue, people. Come on. Lamar Jackson has proven time and time again that he is the best quarterback in the NFL and the best NFL player. To finally get this recognition in year 8 of all years. Come on. He even said in the article that he was robbed of a third MVP. Thank you. Someone else finally agrees with that besides the majority of the NFL fan base, except for the Bills. But the fact that it took 8 years to finally get this to happen, it's sad at this point. Why do we got to keep defending Lamar Jackson? He knows his greatness. We know his greatness, and it's unbelievable at this point. The fact that they finally are giving him the recognition of a Tier 1 quarterback. We as fans know that he is the best NFL quarterback. Better than Mahomes, certainly better than Allen, and better than Joe Burrow. It's like he's in a class by himself. Everyone calls him one of one, and that's what he is. There's no tier, there's no top of the mountain. He's on top of the mountain by himself. But I'm acknowledging this because, we're here to acknowledge it. That some media outlets are finally recognizing the fact that Lamar Jackson is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. But we as Ravens fans know the truth. Moving on, Sports Illustrated came out and already is starting postseason woes. I should have a whole thing about Sports Illustrated going back and forth. Let's just start a whole series on that. But no, this is all talk about Ravens. So they basically went into how the Ravens have the postseason woes in the past, and they're already bringing up postseason concerns before the regular season even begins. I mean, it's fine. The Ravens have had a history in the past couple seasons of not really doing the greatest in the playoffs. Mind you, they didn't bring up anything about Lamar Jackson, which is fine. Because it hasn't been Lamar Jackson's fault these last couple of seasons, but they did bring up some concerns about the offensive line, which I have gone over many times. The chemistry of the offensive line is going to be key in how this regular season plays out. I don't need to go into what they need to change in that, but again, we'll get into that. So, pretty much, the fact that people are still bringing up these postseason concerns way before the regular season even begins, I know what they're doing. They're trying to bait us, but let's bear with me on this here. We don't need to talk about the postseason right now at all. Let's dive into the first regular season game before we even get into the postseason. Let's dive into the mid-season before we get into postseason. Let's talk at around week 8, week 9. At around that time for anything postseason. Sure, you have the betting lines and everything, but the Ravens, on paper, I've said it many times, are the best team in the NFL right now. They don't have any major injuries that have happened, minus Darius Washington, Isaiah Likely, but Likely is slated to come back sometime before or right at the regular season opener. This team is ready to prove the doubters wrong. Again, I know why they brought up the postseason concerns, but this team knows what it's capable of, and I really do believe that we are going to win a Super Bowl this year. Moving on to much lighter news, John Harbaugh came out and addressed media the other day and announced that none of the guys that didn't play in the preseason game against the Colts will not play in the preseason game on Saturday. This includes Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins, Zay Flowers, all those guys. They won't play. Some of the defenders will play just simply because they want to play. They're probably any starters will probably play one drive, but again, this consists of any of the rookies and any free agents or undrafted rookies that have been added to the team. So no surprises here. We know Lamar Jackson and all those guys will probably be there supporting their team on the sidelines, and we know who the starting quarterback is probably going to be. It's going to be Cooper Rush because Cooper Rush versus the Cowboys, some TV time right there. But again, no surprises here whatsoever. Lamar will play when the regular season comes around, and I don't see anything changing in the next week as well. For his status in the preseason game, neither for Derrick Henry or Zay Flowers or any of those guys. Those guys were not going to play during the preseason. But I'm fine with that. Let's see what the rookies have, and let's see if any guys can really come out of the woodworks here and make the roster for the regular season. Remember, look at LeJohntay Wester, people. I called it. LeJohntay Wester coming out, David Ojabo coming out of nowhere. I want to see these guys get a lot more playing time to prove that they belong on this team. So, again, no surprises here. I'm all for this decision to rest all starters for the next preseason game. And the last bit of news here, there's been a cancellation in the joint practice between the Commanders and the Ravens. And I quote, the Ravens came out with a statement earlier today in regards to that practice. They said, and quote, recognizing the logistical challenges with our team's previous games scheduled on different days and the added strain on players heading into a short week, the Ravens and Commanders mutually agreed to no longer hold a joint practice next week. Instead, we will concentrate on preparing for our upcoming preseason matchup. There won't be a joint practice in preparation for the Commanders versus the Ravens preseason matchup. I know the real reason why. Let's be honest here. They don't want to have another fight on their hands. They don't want Nate Wiggins to throw hands again. They don't want to have to go through all that and kick someone out. So they're just going to say, you know what, we don't need to do this. We don't need to get in there and risk another fight happening. Love the effort by Nate Wiggins to passionately defend his team and, throw hands when, push comes to shove, which happened against the Colts. But so I'm behind Nate Wiggins, as we all should be. But again, this mutual agreement to not have a joint practice, especially in preparation for a short week and preparing for their preseason matchup, we as fans know the truth. It's just so that there isn't another scuffle or anything like that. Thank you for tuning into Ravens Today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda. Again, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Catch you all later.